comfortable.
Yeah, after the drive, we're like, oh, we're here. And we get nothing's like, I sweep across in the spring.
Yeah.
And so those press boxes of football fields are, 3 stories straight up. All this stuff. Howdy. Well, let's see the temperature in this barn for once.
It's not bad.
No, I've had
Some bad ones.
brutal.
Is this where I'm going? Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay. Yeah.
if you need to go down.
Go right where the X is.
Yeah, you know what that's from?
But
That's from freaking fall of 20, and they had X's over 6 feet. Like,
oh,
on
really?
the comments.
Oh yeah, there's one here too.
Yeah, so that's how you. But in the very beginning, it was one of the first or second games they ever did, and I was in here all by myself because they didn't allow spectators at all at first. And I'm like, so I'm all in here going, during the game, and then like coffee came up, it was JV day at that point, and I was like, oh, I've been waiting for you all these years.
Is this your book?
Yes. You want to share?
Are you gonna use it?
I'll just take that other one.
I'll just take this.
Oh, that's better.
This for now.
Yeah, I know. So can you see okay past me?
Yeah.
I can move it all up a little.
No, that's fine. I can see on there.
Oh, you can share there.
No, I'll just stand here and then. Yeah, I'll stand here.
So question for you.
Yeah.
When I read through the rules and everything like that, as far as the rankings and everything goes, I know they want one from each of the 4 leagues in the finals, or in the playoffs. Do they automatically get 1, 2, 3, and 4?
No.
Or they just
Did you look at that ranking?
I did.
Oh.
I did. Well, that's another thing too. When you go through the chapter rules and everything like that, it says the rankings are based on a 50-50 split between max preps and RPI.
So to say.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look right. It's a little more.
But then you've got 1 through 12, 1 through 16, whatever it is. But then also when you go through the rules, it says that one team from each league will be in the playoffs. Out of the 4 leagues.
The way so these are the rankings. So we
Yeah.
have the top 4 teams in league rankings at the bottom.
Okay.
And then the others, so 5 through 12 play the first round.
Okay.
And then they play on to 4. And then there's 8 teams.
Okay, I wasn't sure if one from each
That's what I
team.
just was last year. I remember our team was third or something in the rankings. And then or not at the 5 or something. I forget. And then I forget.
I don't know. I stopped chasing it.
Do you happen to have a pen? Good evening and welcome to the final game of the regular season. And what a doozy we have in store for us. Saving the best for last, of course, with the two top teams in the state, with the Valor Eagles going against the PSD Stars. Rematch of last year's state final, of course. And what a good matchup this will be. Valor played these boys at the beginning of the season, the first or second game. It was a really tight game until the end. Several empty netters made it look like a blowout. But the Stars come in 15-1-1. Coincidentally, their one loss was to East, which was 3-0 shutout a couple weeks ago rather. And they tied Cherry Creek 2-2. Valor, of course, is 15-2-1. And really on a good streak. The two losses for Valor, of course, were to PSD at the beginning of the season, and then Ralston Valley at the end of, we won't talk about that one. But let's get into it. We got some lineups that should look familiar. Baker line. Baker is back. Skating with Sorensen and Bevan. We got the Fisher line, which is stacked with the Charles boys. We got another line, which is Sutter and Purchase swapping center out with Deep and Bodine. And then the final forwards line is Tarbert and Jimenez. Defense looks very familiar. McKiddo Stanley, O'Donnell and Gogol, and King and Coffey. In goal tonight is number 33, Lucas Jordan. PSD, great team. They're really led by their two top scorers, number 23, Bliss, and number 11, Sal Mella. Two of them accounting for the majority of the goals for this team. And again, the top two teams in this standings, and so I believe the way this one will work is whoever wins this game is the top-ranked team, and we go into the bracket, and whoever loses will be the second place team in the bracket. Again, playoffs will start regardless. Valor will have a bye and will not play this next week. Their first game will be either the 24th or 25th of February, which is a Wednesday or Thursday. Semifinals are that Saturday, and the finals would be on Monday. So about ready to get this started. 40 seconds left in the warm-ups, and then we'll get it going. So good. pretty excited for this game. I think that everyone's excited to see how it turns out. A little bit of some great talent on the ice. Great win. Valor's coming off a great win over East on Wednesday night. Tried to give the lead up 4-1. Gave up a few goals, and man, that was a tense end of the game. I listened to the broadcast again. It was one shot after another. Anyway, that will sound the buzzer, and we will head for the opening intros as well as the anthem, and then we'll get her going. Again, we got Mike Shaw making the trip up here from southern Denver metro area. So much thanks to Mike. I didn't have to hold the iPad and try and do the audio. So appreciate Mike Shaw making the trip up and filming this game. I know he wouldn't miss it for the world. So anyway, we'll turn it over to the PA and we'll be back with you.
Varsity hockey game. Tonight's matchup features the Valor Eagles versus your PSD Stars. And now, the starting lineup for tonight's hockey game. For Valor Christian, at forward, number 27, Gabriel Fisher. At forward, number 23, Maddox Charles. At
All right, there you go with the starting announcements. Really nice rink for viewing too. There is the netting, but a real good overhead view. So yeah, last time the teams played, it was very close until the very end again. So I expect nothing different this time. Looks like the second line is starting for PSD. One thing about these players is everyone is so quick to the puck, skates so hard. Gap control pressure is so strong. Some of these other teams, the spacing that they give to the players is remarkable. I don't think Valor's going to have a lot of room here. So here we go. Fisher slides into the face-off circle, and we are underway. Draws one back, but tipped into the netting. Just like that, Stars look really good on that pressure. Again, the dump and chase, shutdown defense there in the D zone too. So let's try it again. Someone gets called out of the face-off circle, draws one back. Maddox tries to chip it up, knocked down. Played into the neutral zone. PSD tries to get it through, intercepted. Some good body there by Fish, and now PSD is going to work around. Played up through the neutral zone by Dawson, through the legs of Maddox. Gabe bounces around one. Shot deflected up into the netting. So it looks good to begin with, and again, we're 25 seconds into the game. Still see that second line there from the Stars, so first line, probably something pretty special. Baker's out there again. Baker draws one back to Gogol. O'Donnell down low to Sorensen, pops out to Bevan, tries the centering pass, that's intercepted. Here's PSD going the other direction with numbers. 3-on-2, Baker gets back to even it up. Drop pass there, PSD can't quite it through. O'Donnell plays, it's in his feet, he doesn't see it. O'Donnell, Gogol misplays that one. Gets fortunate there though. Puck ends out back to the neutral zone, and here comes PSD with a little line change. Gogol has another chance. Now we're playing against the top line too. Hoyt tries to get one out, takes a weird bounce. PSD keeps it in. No, they don't. Flops out to the neutral zone. There's Bliss trying to play it. That's number 23. Leads the team in points. Actually, two of them, Bliss and Samala, have the same number of points. It pops out. D-to-D pass. Shot. Save. Jordan. So first shot of the game, that looks like, and that is easily saved. And now we'll try Sutter, Bodine, and deep. Coffey and King in there on the blue line. Draws one back, controlled. See if that stretch play works. Deep tries it. That's going to be intercepted pretty easily, but there's no hurt to try it there. That puck does not get in. The ref helps with that. Sticked off by Deep. He plays it, tries to skate it through the neutral zone, gets bodied off. Pretty good body as well by Deep. Now it's loose in the neutral zone, play by Coffey. He gets it out, delayed offside. Sutter will play it. He pins it back to Coffey. Coffey looks for that stretch pass. Oh, looking for Bodine again. There's Sutter. Puck's deep. Now it's in the zone. Pumps up to Bodine. Shot, save. There's the first shot. Tough angle. Bodine does get a shot off, but shots are even now, 1-1. Now we'll get this next line on, which is Purchase. Skating with Jimenez and Tarbert. I think Jimenez is due for a goal too. He hasn't had one, I don't think, this season. So maybe tonight's the night. PSD starts to break out. Good stick there by King to intercept it. Tries to backhand it out. Couldn't quite see the puck, but it does make it out. Plays to the neutral zone. Jimenez there on the check with some pressure. Jordan lets it go by him. I don't know if that was intentional, but Coffey chips that one up, and the puck is now down in the O-zone. PSD gets there first. Much better action here by Valor too. Looking here. versus the last time they played PSD. I thought they were totally outmanned, but now it looks very even match. Good stick there, doesn't make it in. McKiddo's there, and that was chipped in. Looks like it was offside, so the boys will touch up. Stanley's got plenty of time. Gets it up to Tarbert, over to Jimenez. Jimenez is going to dump it in. Those boys will spin off for a change. See line one versus line one now. The Charles brothers are out there now. Played up, intercepted by McKiddo, and that's tipped, goes in. No icing's waved off. PSD pretty hard on the rush. Good play there by McKiddo to clog that center up. So they're playing hard on that. Here comes Maddox, puck pops out. See if he can body around. No, pretty good body by that player from the Stars. They're so quick on these pucks and with the body too. Try it again up to Maddox. Maddox and Dawson are working together. Maddox a little bit of a shove there. Gets a position. Dawson tries to bouncer. Does get a shot off. Good body there by Dawson to establish some position. Turns it back. Now it's Worth. Oh, tries to get it out to Gabe. Pluck pay wasn't there. Comes out just a little bit. O'Donnell couldn't keep it in. Maddox turns and throws it back down into the corner. Played behind the net. There's Dawson with a little bit of bother. Maddox helping out. Now PSD try and go the other way. Good job by O'Donnell to break that up. They might have had a step, PSD. Position there by PSD, but Dawson doesn't like that, and he hauls him down. Good body there again by Maddox, but PSD's starting the break. Good job again by O'Donnell to get in the way. Gogol, good body by Gogol there to break that one up. Maddox tries to get it up. He succeeds out to the neutral zone. Baker on the pressure over skates that one. Here comes PSD the other direction. Kid goes really wide, gets past Bevan, gets past Hoyt. Now Sorensen turns, has some time, flips it up into the neutral zone, and that's dumped down out of harm's way. PSD will play it back in their own zone. Bevan on the forecheck. PSD, good breakout. Tape-to-tape passes. That one's up to nobody. PSD's zone entry. Bevan with a little bit of bother. Pops out. Kid, Trailer's got plenty of space. Good job intercepting that. Plenty of room. Bevan had the speed. Doesn't quite have their speed at the end of that shift, it looked like. And PSD's quick back. Good body by Hoyt to knock that kid down. Tries that outlet pass to Sutter, who was breaking. Try it again. Coffee over to King. King to Hoyt. Hoyt up to Bevan. Kicks it in. We're going to call ice, wave that off. He tried to call ice. Sutter out there now, and Bevan's still out there. Bodine intercepts Bodine with some space. Shot, that goes just wide. Good shot again. Gets it off right in the slot. Puck pops out. Now here's PSD going the other direction. King gets in the way. Good job intercepting with body. Coffee plays it up to Sutter. Sutter takes some body, bounces off that pretty good. Deep's now joined the play. Coffee winds it back around to King. King tries to get it back, and that one leaves the rink. Didn't see where it went out, just saw that it went out. See a new line change now. Purchase comes out with Pop-Tart and Jimenez. Puck's caught up in between them. PSD controls, Purchase falls down. McKiddo comes out with it. I think McKiddo, all right, up to Purchase. Purchase bangs it through. Icing's waved off because of the contact there. Good job by Tarbert knowing where that puck was going to go, but just out of his reach. Now PSD through the neutral zone. Good back check by Purchase to get in the way. Two very evenly matched teams here. As I said, this looks like a different Valor team playing against these boys. Kids wide open in front. Puck right up and save. Jordan, holy moly, guacamole. That was dangerous. Boys seem to have regrouped, but now PSD is working the cycle around. Left by Stanley and able to tip it out is Tarbert. He's going to spin off. Boys got to be careful that they're not caught in a change. Dumped down into the corner. Stanley gets there. Roger passes it over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell shrugs off a body. It looks like he got the better of that reverse check, but now we got the Charles brothers out there, and puck comes out to Jimenez. Hard pass to Dawson, but it is a pass. There's Dawson with some body. Good body there. Oh, my goodness. O'Donnell looking for that stretch pass. Fortunately, it wasn't intercepted. Now here's Maddox. Gets by one, gets a little bit hold, but no call there. Back down into the corner. Dawson's going to play it. Oh, pops it up to open space. There's O'Donnell. He's got some time. Oh, my goodness. That's 3 feet wide. He had plenty more time than that. dumped back in, and that will be a penalty. That's going to be a rough, I think, an unnecessary. That's a late. Yeah, good call. Gogol picks up the penalty there, so we'll see the boys go on their first power play of the game. So we'll see if they're starting with the first line or the second line out there. It looks like they'll have PP2 out there, give that first line a little bit of a breather. Another interesting stat I did see, this Bliss, number 23, their star performer, has 3 shorthanded goals, so this team's pretty good on the PK2. Baker in the faceoff circle for the PP2 unit. Pops out there Sutter, see if he can organize it. Oh my goodness, dangerous pass out there to McKiddo. Now they seem to have it organized back up top. There's Sutter, shot over the top, over the glove though. Good shot there by Max. Stanley tries to pitch it up to McKiddo, but that's bouncing. Pretty aggressive PK here, deep. Backhands it up to Sutter. Oh my goodness, Sutter leaves it. Nobody was there. Now they're going to send that in. 1:30 left in the power play and 9:20 left in the first period. Deep gets zone entry. Sutter's working with him, and that's just pounded back out. We should see a line change back to the PP1 unit. Played up to Sutter, and he's going to squirt that one in while the new troops come on. Bodine joins, Dawson joins, pops out to Bodine. He's on the forecheck, gets past Dawson, but they'll be able to get the new lines on with 1 minute left in the penalty. So we'll see how PP1 goes about this and see how PSD works on the zone entry. No problem for Maddox. Turns shot. See if they can set it up. Gabe's going to take his time. Back up to Dawson. Dawson cross ice to Maddox. Maddox to Gabe. Back to Maddox. Chips it over to Hoyt. Oh no, Hoyt. Oh, dangerous play. They get very lucky there. Turned it over. Unfortunately, they didn't have a break going the other way. 28 seconds. Time for one last rush. Some good puck movement, and PSD plays a passive box. That stretch pass doesn't connect, but they can't get it out. Good job by Dawson sealing the board. Fished out by Maddox. Whole team is on that side. Goes back to Dawson. Shot doesn't make it through off of a knee pad. Oh, and that one is cleared, and that should do it for this power play. Maybe one last rush. Jordan's going to have to play it back behind the net. Shovels it up to Maddox off of a foot over to Bodine. Backhands it back to Hoyt, and now we're back to even strength. Hoyt makes it in, gets sealed off, and that puck's up into the netting. 7:44 left, first period, and some good puck movement, but no real good shots. PSD played a passive box, so they didn't charge hard on the point like we've seen. Well, East did that, and they sure paid the price on that. So they played the passive box. The boys moved it around, but never really had a good shot opportunity. Purchase line out there now, draws one back to Coffey. Coffey doesn't have an avenue, so he passes it down to Tarbert, who leaves it down there, but nobody's there. Purchase got dumped in front, pops out there. King fans on that pass, King does, and this is playing against a top #1 unit, and you certainly can't be doing that and think you're going to get away with it. Pops out, Bliss will play it back. Sent back in by PSD. Puck goes wide. King's got another shot at it. Kicks it up. That one goes right to PSD too. Purchase sends it back to PSD. It's like, hey, we want to try and pass it to PSD. King tries another time to get it, and he's not able to get it out, but fortunately, it finally comes out. A few fans on it, so I don't know. Some sticky ice or what. Coffey, oh my goodness, runs into it. Good job by Jordan to go the other direction after Coffey was turned around back behind the net. No support either for Coffey. And that one's backhanded back over the dasher and out of play, but that was danger, danger, danger on that play. Coffey did not look up, and there was 2 players back there, and he was all alone, so he got blown up, and the puck ended up with one of PSD players. Great push by Jordan to break up that wraparound, though. Baker line out there now. Draws one back by PSD. Controlled shot, save, stick to side by Jordan. Bevan, good job staying with it, but bodied off that puck, trying to get it out. Does manage to get it out. Now PSD is going to work the other side of the ice. Hoyt had committed. Another save by Jordan. Puck shot, save! Jordan again, his best of the game as PSD was in. A nice little give and go move. And now PSD has some life, and they're going to call a penalty. Delayed penalty now. PSD shots loose. Score. So a little bit of a breakdown there. I couldn't see who took the penalty. Puck loose, all the kids looking down. Jordan had made several nice saves, and then that one just popped out, and that kid just backhands it. A little bit of a fortunate break, but a fortunate break is what you need sometimes, and just like that, PSD is now up 1-0 with either the second or third line, so that line showed a lot of pressure there. Draws one back, controlled by PSD in their feet. A little bit of a panic there, but they do manage to get it in. Good job by Gabe to body that kid off. We need to be a little more physical with these guys. They're fast, good skaters, not overly physical, but boy, are they fast and good skaters. Speaking of good skaters, here comes Dawson with brother Maddox. He pauses, shot saved, puck's loose. Oh, not able to corral it. I think Gabe had that one in his knee or something. Oh, that was that top scorer up there. So it was those top guys out there. And Bliss is on the score sheet again. Right place, right time. Adding to his point total and point lead on the team. So Fisher line's out there with the Charles boys. Jaws one back. There's Roger up top to Maddox, over to McKiddo. Down low to Dawson. Tries to get it in front, but man, PSD had it just stacked up and just no room. Now we're going the other direction. PSD 3-on-2 with numbers. Drop pass there, pretty clever shot. Saved by Jordan. Puck goes all the way across. Wow, this team is fast. Good positioning too, so they definitely have woken up. Sent out to the neutral zone and just pounded back in by PSD. McKiddo plays it back behind the net, doesn't have a spot to pass it to. Gabe was in the way there. Now comes up to Dawson. He's bodied off of that. Boys will spin off for a change. We'll try some new troops out there. PSD, all four guys back in the neutral zone. Purchase out there now. Purchase out there deep in Bodine. Kid gets past Bodine. Popped out by Deep. Sent all the right back in. King with some time. Pops it up to Deep. Off the board. Way too high. Now it's sent back down in. PSD just the dump and chase and the pressure. Backhanded up. Bodine can't play it, but it does its job getting out. PSD regroups in the neutral zone. Gets past Bodine, and they're going to pop it right. No, they don't pop it back in. Gets intercepted. Bodine's kind of held a little bit. No penalties, maybe a couple of different holds. Puck is sent back in. 4:23 left, first period. Outlet pass. Purchase can't get it. Bodine at the end of a shift, and he doesn't have the strength to get there. PSD backhands it. They don't get it out. Sutter's now on the chase. Putt. Sutter tries to get it in. Is banged back out. Gogol's going to send it back in deep. Now they go for the chase. Tarbert's on the chase. PSD turned around. Good body by Tarbert, but there's no support back there behind the net. Puck is sent down. Icing is waved off. Gogol gets there. He bodies a kid, takes him out. No calls. Puck's loose back behind the net. Jimenez will come out with it, and he's got some space to skate. Tries to stick handle around a kid. That doesn't work. O'Donnell tries to stick handle around a kid, and PSD sends it right back down into the corner and follow up with the pressure. Gogol will play it, leaves it back for Jimenez. Sends it back over to Tarbert. Back to Gogol, and we're just playing catch back behind our own net, looking for an outlet. O'Donnell creates some space. Outlet pass to Tarbert, goes through. Sutter's back on the ice. Sutter takes a big hit. Spins off one. Now here comes PSD into the zone. Gets around O'Donnell. Kid just waiting in front of the net. Fortunately, nobody can make that pass to him. Played out by Tarbert. This line's been out there forever and given all kinds of space. Now we're just caught up. Need to get a change here to get the puck clear. This is danger. Finally get it out. Hard to get a line change if you don't get it out deep enough, but they'll get some new troops on. Looks like Fisher comes on, and that's sent back down in. Jordan will play it behind the net. O'Donnell caught up a little bit. Back to Maddox. PSD gets a shot off. Save Jordan. 2:28 left. Oh, Dawson fans on that pass attempt. Valor looks like they're back on their heels now after playing a really good first half of this period. Now 3 kids come on, backdoor save, Jordan. Again, absolute collapse by Valor on that side, leaving these kids wide open. Outlet pass to Maddox, he's got some speed, goes wide, uses some body, can't get a shot off, gets ridden into the boards, but good try. Finally, the puck's on the other side of the ice. Now, not very long, here comes PSD going the other direction. Good job by Stanley to stand that kid up. Now he gets taken down, no penalty. Could have been a slew foot there. That puck's loose in front. Fish tries to get it out, chipped in by PSD. The way they hold the line and so fast on the pucks. Pops out to center. Maddox can't quite get there. Sent back in. 1:30 left in this period. Man, this has gone fast. That's a crazy pass attempt there. I'm not so sure what Coffey was thinking. Turned it over. Fortunately, no harm and no foul. Stanley again gets ridden in. Pops it directly to the point. Shot saved by Jordan. And oh my goodness gracious, this is what we saw last time. The pressure by PSD, so quick to the puck, no spacing allowed. And Valor looks like they're back on their heels after playing a tremendous first half to this period. Baker line out there, 1:13 left in the period. Draws one back shot, doesn't make it through. O'Donnell gives chase, gets bodied off. Positioning by that kid, a smaller kid too. Comes up to Hoyt. Hoyt tries to chip it out and he can't get it out. Baker hauls one down, no penalty. Gogol turns, fires it back in. This is just like panic all over the place. Bevan gets one finally out to the neutral zone. Played by Gogol, backhanded to Bevan. He'll go wide, chips it down in deep, and finally it's down into the O-zone. Baker gives chase, and there's PSD right away. Man, are they fast on the pucks and just give no spacing. Pops back down in, 30 seconds left in the first period. Hoyt comes out with it, shovels it back up top to Gogol. He tries to create space, and on there to Hoyt. Shot low, goes for the deflection. Good job by Bevan looking for the deflection. Oh my goodness gracious. Hard check there. And Hoyt eats the boards. That might have been Baker. Totally unnecessary there. 7 seconds. And that could be more than just a 2-minute penalty. Refs are going to come together there. I couldn't see which one that was on, but that's going to be at least 2. Could be a 2 and 10. Nope, they're saying just 2 minutes for the rough. And that's a nice job by the hometown clock too. Wound an additional 2.5 seconds off that clock, but maybe it doesn't really matter because it's the end of the period. So it just means longer power play to start the second period. Two minutes roughing is the call, and I couldn't see if that was on Hoyt or if that was on Baker, who got the really bad hit there, sent into the board. So 5 seconds, see if they can pop one in here real quick. Going to dressing room tied, draws one back, sent back up. Maddox fans on it. Puck is loose. 1 second, and no. Man, there's certainly been a lot of fans on passes, shots, and everything. And it's been on both sides of the ice, actually. So I don't know if the puck is sticking or what's going on, but as it is, it's a 1-0 lead for the PSD Stars. They don't have shot totals. They're not registering on the app. We're going to scrape the ice and get back with you in about 10 minutes.
Same heartbeat, but hers is falling deep.
And here we are out of the break, and they've got the stats posted now. So 10 shots for the Stars and 5 for Valor. And after Valor looked to have the upper hand there at the beginning of the game, PSD again, just the skating, the speed, and it's not overall any single playmaker like we've seen on some of these other teams. You can't even tell the difference in the lines really, because every line is good skaters, fast, and I'll say it again, the puck pressure is crazy. So you fumble one in your own zone, somebody's on you right away. Whatever the case, the boys will start off with a minute 55 power play to start the second period. So see if we can get some good puck movement and maybe tie this one up. PP1 on the ice. They win the draw, does Stars, and now Valor will have to assemble. Stretch pass, and that's intercepted right away. So the pressure through the zone entry, typically a problem. Hoyt's going to give it a go, gives it up to Bodine. Bodine turns it over promptly, and now Maddox will try it. So he makes the zone. He's got Gabe working with him. See if they can set it up. He doesn't like what he saw, so he'll send it back around to Hoyt. Hoyt's got some space, pops it down to Bodine. Bodine will regroup back up to Dawson. Dawson to Hoyt. Hoyt given some space. Backhands it over to Dawson. Still no shots, back to Maddox. He's converged on. There's Dawson to Hoyt. Shot, score! And that's how you work the power play, boys. Dawson 2, take out Maddox. Dawson looked great, passed across ice, and Hoyt takes no time. Great job there by the boys, and they tie it up. 1-1, and that's how you work the power play. Maddox draws 2 people up top, fends them off. What a play. Baker line out there now, 1-1. Having some scoreboard issues there. The hometown scorer doesn't want to put the goal up on the board. 16:08 left, second period, 1-1. But what a play there after a little bit of trouble making it into the zone. They set that power play up like you need to. Dawson skates it in. Looks like they're just going to let it go because they can't get the penalty off the board. Draws one and just ripped back in by PSD. Now let's see how the boys left down and no one goes to get the puck. PSD's right there. Bevan converges and he's got some time. He sends it back down to Stanley. Now we'll see if the boys can break it out. Pass to Bodine, but that is too short, too late on that one. Baker makes the zone. Tries to go around. He gets tied up and he turns it over. PSD's now going the other direction. It's kept in. Baker's got another shot at it. Tries to make the turn. He gets bodied off. Bodine comes in to help. Kicks it to himself. He gets bodied off. Winds around one, but here's PSD. Intercepted by Stanley. The boys will have to touch up. Good job by Roger. Now the other two are just standing there watching the play. That shot goes wide. Weird bounce off the boards. Bevan and McKiddo were watching the play happen and didn't see that kid behind him. But again, PSD with the speed and spacing, positioning there. McKiddo up to Bevan. He can't control it. Bevan turns, tries to get it out. He can't get it out. Thumps down in. Finally, Baker's able to wind it out. Deep's on the forecheck now. PSD now regrouping from their own zone. Some speed here through the neutral zone. The kid's going to skate it himself all the way in. Kick save by Jordan. Lackadaisical kick save, but that was on goal. Pretty good play there by PSD, and laziness of Valor. I think that was a lucky shot and a deflection. It was. It went at that guy's helmet. shot directly in the back of that kid's helmet and then deflected back down in. Oh, now that kid's probably in concussion protocol, but he is credited with a goal. So nothing at all that he could do about that. Jordan, that's a fluke goal, and that kid, right place, right time. But that shot was going to be up into the netting, and it's a very fortuitous break. So Fish is called out of the circle, draws one, controlled by PSD. They do punch it down in. O'Donnell gets there, has to reverse quick on the body. Gogol's down in the corner with O'Donnell now. He stretches it up to Maddox, and now we're going the other direction. Maddox giving some space, tries to get it into Dawson. Stick gets in the way. He's unable to get it. Gabe keeps it down in. Puck pops out, but PSD is just right there with the position. Played back to Gogol. He blows a tire. Pucks are loose in front. Save! Jordan makes two good saves. Bad luck by Gogol. Puck bounces back out to the blue line. Shot, another save. Holy cow, then Gabe overskates that. Oh, and the ref gets in the way when they had the boards. And Dawson was going to have himself an opportunity there. The ref was in the way, though. Maddox chipped it up to himself. He gets through with some speed. Centering pass, stick to side by the goalie. Back to Maddox. Dawson shot over the net. You got to shoot that one quicker, and he pops it right over the top of the net. Big swing, doesn't get it deep, and now PSD's going the other direction. They make the zone. King spins off of a check, tries it again. Finally delivers one, and Jimenez gets some body, and now PSD works it around, and they makes the zone. Shot save, Jordan again. He's certainly getting tested. 13 minutes left here in the second period. 2-1 Pooter. Jimenez gets there, and he absorbs another big check. Puck's loose down in the corner. They can't get it out. Finally, PSD does the job for them, and now they just send it right back down in. Played back behind the net by Jordan. Overplayed by King. Now it's back down the corner. King has another shot, turns it over. Shot, St. Puck's in front. Oh my goodness, big wide shot. Gabe takes some big goal swings. He still can't get it out. Panic, shot, puck goes wide. King tries to get it out, finally gets it into the bench, but oh my goodness, the number of D-zone turnovers that we've seen already with just fan jobs falling down, and this team's gonna make you pay. So simple fundamentals, and that's gonna cost Valor here. Several times just turnover, and these kids are so quick on the puck, you just can't, you don't get two chances at it. D-to-D pass, shot off the knees of Hoyt. He'll give chase. PSD gets there, and that kid fans on the clearing attempt, but now they're breaking it out the other direction is PSD. Intercepted Stanley, but now an odd man rush again. Shot, save. Goal. Just PSD, all kinds of pressure. If Valor's gotten a little lazy playing against some of these teams with no puck pressure, and the fan attempts, the falling down, the non-committed passes, and that is gonna cost you. Lazy, sloppy play. 3-1. Jordan makes a good save, and no one's there to pound it out of the middle. PSD gets through again, now on the pressure again. Stick to side by Jordan again. Bodine gets there, intercepts. He tries to get it out. Now here's Sutter. He's got a step. He's in all alone. Shot that goes wide. He takes a shot from above the circle. It's a good shot though, but just like the spot, just didn't connect. Gogol's got another chance, and that one's touched, and that one no ice. PSD was a little loose on that play. Refs are having trouble getting out of the way. PSD doesn't get it out. Bodine intercepts. Now PSD's got all 5 kids back in their zone. Plays it up to Gogol. Often he takes a, Bodain's able to slam it down in. Puck's now down deep. Sutter gives chase. He bounces off one. Kind of a mutual check there. Tries some more body. Intercepted by Sutter. Good play to try and get it back to himself. Doesn't connect. Good job there by O'Donnell playing that puck as PSD kind of had a step there. O'Donnell leaves it back behind the net for Jimenez. Up to Tarbert. Tarbert makes the center line and sends it in. Jimenez on the chase. PSD gets there, pops up top to Gogol. Gogol. And they're gonna call too many men. Not so sure about that one, but I think Coffey might have gotten on the ice when Gogol hadn't gotten off. So now we'll see how the PSD looks on the power play. 3-1. Again, this happened last time too, where Valor scores the tying goal, and PSD just comes right back with more goals. We'll see how Valor does on the PK. PSD works it around. That shot doesn't make it through. Blocked by Fish. Fish makes it through. Shot goes wide over the top. PSD's going to try and assemble again. They work it down low. Gabe and Maddox are on the kill, working with Stanley and McKiddo. Tied up back in the corner. Stanley working on there with McKiddo. 3 stars are tied up. Fisher provides some support. Okay, burning up a little bit of clock here. 1:25 left on the penalty. 9:50 left in the second period. Pooter works to cycle the puck movement from this power play unit. Down low. Umbrella set up, works the cycle. That high pass doesn't connect. 1 minute left in the penalty. Good puck movement. It's hard to say if any one person's piloting this power play like, say, Maddox or Darlington did for East. Goes wide. Shot saved by Jordan. Good save. Maddox comes out with it. Does he have any speed at the end of this shift? Gets past 2. Gets past 3. Shot good. Work by Maddox. He had that extra spare tank of gas that he reached into. Holy cow, he was the end of a shift. Now Hoyt's going to give it a try. No, he's going to backhand it in. Bevan on the forecheck, 25 seconds left in this. Good work by Bevan to body that off, but he gets pushed off, and should be one last rush by the Stars. Wow, the strength and speed of Maddox at the end of that shift. PSD, 10 seconds left. Hoyt gives some bother. PSD sends it in. That should do it for the power play. 5 seconds left, but they're there first on the chase. They set it up, and now we're getting out, so now it's even strength, 5-on-5. Deep races onto the ice. Bevins tries to stretch pass and throws one up into the rafters. It's a low ceiling here. He's going for that stretch pass. Right idea. So good penalty kill there. You certainly don't want to go down 4-1. That's a hard hill to climb against these Stars. Sutterline out there now. PSD works it around. Shot save, Jordan. Looks like they update the shots at the end of each period, so can't give any intra-period stats. Draws one back by King, looks for a streaker. There's deep, he sends it up, and that does make it out. Played down by a high stick, so we'll get an ozone face-off, so some offensive time here. Sutterline still working out there with Deep and Bodain. King and Coffey on the point. PSD works the puck free. Now they're starting to break. Coffee breaks it up. Good job. Deep going the other direction. Just turns and randomly fires it back into PSD. Now PSD arranges with some structure. Popped out. We're going the other direction. 2-on-2. Oh, Sutter can't stick handle at the line to make it in. Got to dump that in or go wide. PSD sets it up again. Intercepted by Deep. Deep now working with Bodine. Deep makes it in, and he shoots one up into the netting. So we've seen a couple get elevated a little much here. .7:27 left, second period. Some recent pressure by Valor. They've good penalty kill there, but man, the structure of this PSD team, pretty good. And now they're on it again. PSD breaks it out. Little gentle touch, no icing. Maddox is back there. He's going to send it back, but PSD's there. Nope. Hoyt's playing with Maddox again. A little bit of a change in lines. He's able to pop the puck out, but PSD is right there. The refs have had some trouble getting out of the way of the hockey play. Shot goes wide and over the net. Good job there by Maddox to start the rush. Gets it up to Hoyt, who leaves it. Nice little tap to Game. Here's Hoyt with some speed. Shot, save! Tried to get it back to Fisher. Little too late, but that was the first good scoring opportunity we've seen in the second half, I think. Good body by Fish there, too. Finally, some body. Fish looking for more body. PSD working at B2D. He's caught. Oh, and Fisher's seen enough of that. He's taking everyone on the team out. One-man wrecking crew here. PSD is now seen enough, but they can't get it out still. Maddox plays it down to himself. He's tied up. PSD comes out of it, and they've got some numbers, but that's dumped in. Really good, smart play there. Sent back to Stanley. Stanley, good stretch pass to Sorensen. Sorensen's going to dump it in. Now we'll get some new troops on the ice. Baker line comes out, plays it back up to Maddox. He has to regroup because Hoyt's a little late getting back. Maddox turn, looks, and he's going to send it back. Baker gloves it down, looking for somebody to pass to. Baker back to O'Donnell, back deep into his own zone. Now O'Donnell just turns and passes it directly to PSD. Shot saved, quick shot by PSD. Again, these turnovers, you can't have the turnovers. Maddox is still out there working. PSD comes out with it. Kid wide open here on the other side of the ice. Shot deflected wide. Gogo gets in the way. And again, Valor is on their heels here. Dawson gets in the way, but the pressure of PSD, it's like they're on a power play. Back in behind the net. Popped back out. Kids are now just working the puck around. Dawson's able to fish it out. Maddox is still on the ice. Gets past one. Plenty. Shot just goes wide off the deflection. Dawson gets bodied after two. Baker works it back down into the corner. He's at the tail end of this shift too. Good check. Dawson tries. Probably a good thing he didn't connect, and that might, nope, icing's waved off. All right. Not so sure why. Dawson touches that one. He can't get it deep. Popped in by Deep. Back to Coffee. Coffee turns and sends it up into the penalty box. Probably a good stoppage. They can get the lines right. I'm not so sure what happened. That ref is having a hard time seeing the puck or something because that was clearly an ice. 4:30 left in the second period, and the boys really need to narrow this gap here for a second period. This PSD, the speed here, it's hard to get one past them. McKiddo looking for a stretch pass, sent in by Deep. Now they got to go for the chase. Sutter gets there, runs into it. Deep with some support. Puck pops right out to the middle, but nobody was there. Bodine on the forecheck, outlet pass. McKiddo gets a stick in the way. Oh no, he tries to get one out, but doesn't get enough force on it. Shot saved, Jordan. Good job by Sutter on the back door covering that kid who was skating in too. So we'll try that line again. 4:03 left, second period. Draws one back. There's Bodain. Bodain's got some speed. Fumbles the puck and can't even get one put together. Then turns it over. Deep, working down in the corner. Pops out to the corner. PSD's there first. Bodain gives chase again. Little sauce pass up. Pretty good play. Stanley's there to interrupt that one. Sent back in. Jordan's going to, oh my goodness gracious, funky bounce there. Rimmed all the way around. Puck's on edge and looks like that'll be on goal. Boys will swing off for a change. Almost got caught in a line change. Good body there by Stanley, still on the ice. O'Donnell, oh my goodness, another turnover back behind the net. Oh, fortunately that pass doesn't, and there's a good no ice call because it was the PSD guy that sent it down. 3:06 left in the first period. Oh, dangerous pass. That kid gets away with it though. Fish looks for someone to pass to, finds Gogol. Gogol, good cross-ice pass to Sorensen. Sorensen with some speed up the side. Sticked away, though. Good defensive play. Gabe pops out with that backdoor pass, looking for Gogol, who had snuck in. Good work there by Connor to try and make a play there from his defensive side. Good pass in, touch pass in by Maddox, and now here comes PSD. Puck is loose in the feed. Nobody really saw that. Now PSD winds their way in. Good stick by Gogol. Really good play. The boys have numbers up to Maddox. Shot saved by goalie again. Maddox was getting a little bit of bother. So Hoyt tries that backdoor pass. This is good pressure by this line. 2:15 left in the second period. Gets past O'Donnell. Stick through, doesn't connect. Pretty good play though. Sent back down into the corner by Hoyt. O'Donnell goes out to play it. Fisher adds some support now too. O'Donnell tries to get it out and he can't get it out. Good support from Fisher. That's hit number 5 or 6, I think. Gogol, he's had enough and he winds one out. Finally with a good stick by who else but Fisher gets that one out. Jordan leaves it. Here's O'Donnell to play it again. Plays it back to Gogol. Through Gogol's stick, he kicks it over to Fisher. Fisher's on all sides of the ice, and he finally sends it down for an ice. So 1:25 in the second period. So a really good sequence there with Valor, and PSD was certainly on their heels. Purchase line out there now. Sorry, Purchase working with Dawson, and looks like Bevan. Bevan gets sealed off on the boards. He's battling for it. Fished out by Coffey. Coffey back to King. King backhands it up to Dawson. Chopped off the board by Purchase, and ref runs into it again. And now the ref pushes off Dawson. And now he takes a hard hit, does Dawson. The ref really actually gave Dawson a check, said, get out of my way. Dawson runs into another, more body. Kids collide, 43 seconds left. PSD's now going the other direction. Shot deflected, good job knowing that it was in his feet. That was King to at least get one out. Bevan spins off for a change. PSD dumps it in again, 30 seconds left. King's gonna wind it around. Deep gets a stick on it and icing is on. Waved off because the kid didn't skate hard enough. I love it when the refs do that. Outlet pass goes through. This is Bliss through the slot. Goes that backdoor pass, was wide open. Dawson thrusts that one into the zone, and after that should do it for the second period. So 3-1 PSD, and again, once Valor tied it up, PSD scores the lucky helmet goal, and then another good goal. And just like that, 3-1. So we'll have one final period. But Valor did shut down that power play, and now was a little worried it was going to get away from them there. but they kept it together. 17 minutes left in the game. 3-1, and you got to give the lean to PSD so far, but they definitely vulnerable as we've seen for a few sequences. So probably a heavy dose of Fisher, who's having a great game, playing a lot of body up and down the ice. Maddox with some long shifts out there too, and he's been given more space as well by these stars. So plenty of time in the locker room, 15-minute discussion. We'll see you back in about 15 minutes. And we're back, and we've got the shot tallies now. Looks like that period, Valor with 3 shots, one of which was a goal, and PSD with 10 shots. So we'll see what happened in the locker room with communication and what they're going to work on. Certainly there was some better physicality at points, but we'll see if there's some line changes or what. Here we go. Draws one back, D-to-D pass, Stanley to Makito. Makito up to Maddox, sticked away. Good stick play there, some stick battles, puck pops out. Makito up to Sorensen. Sorensen skates it in, makes the corner. Oh, centering pass just behind Maddox, who was in a little too deep. Fitz tries another body, and good job by Makito slamming that one in. This looks like the PSD game plan. Turns it over back behind the net. That actually looks like the Valor game plan there. Sent back behind. Gabe will give chase. Yeah, good work here. Good pressure. PSD is able to get it out. Sent back in by Stanley. The boys will spin off for a change. Dawson comes on. He gets joined by some comrades. Or Bevan. That pass goes up to Gogol. A little late getting off the ice, and so that was almost another too many men. O'Donnell's not able to get it up to Bevan. Bevan to Baker. Baker pitchforks it back in, but PSD works a D-to-D pass, and they've broken it out. Good job by Gogol to intercept. Gets another chance. Puck sealed up along the edge. And PSD has not come out as strong as they have looked. Baker joins for some help here. Puck's loose. Pops out all the way to the middle of the ice. O'Donnell sends it down in. Bevan on the forecheck, real fast to get there. But now Beaudain's in too deep. A good stick by Beaudain to break that up. He pounds that back in. Good play by Beaudain. Good last second stick. Beaudain goes the same direction as Bevan, though, and now he's deep in behind. And here, oh my goodness, this kid skates right past Gogol. Shot, so puck's loose. Oh, puck goes out. Oh my goodness gracious. And that's an icing. Holy cow, that kid had some speed, and Gogol was frozen. And for whatever reason, the kid then took a shot from above the circle right into Jordan's chest. The puck was loose and then sticked out by O'Donnell. Holy cow, that was dangerous, but fortunately nothing happened. Purchase out there now, looks like with Beaudain and Sutter is joined. King and Coffee on the blue line. We'll try a new face-off. The far linesman didn't like what he saw, so we'll try number 8 instead. Puck's loose in the feet and just turned and blindly sent down. Played by the goalie, so icing's waved off. Chipped out. Sutter and Beaudain are both in pretty deep. Puck pops out. Now here's Purchase down in deep. Sutter joins for some help. Beaudain's floating out in the slot. Standing in no man's land a little bit. Puck gets popped off. Puck's loose in the neutral zone. Good body by Perch. Sent down in by PSD. Kings gives chase. He leaves it right for PSD. They fan it over into the middle. Sutter chips it back to Coffee. Coffee back to King. This looks like, and King just turns and fires it off the boards down, and Purchase is calling for it in the middle of the ice, wide open on the breakout pass, but King didn't take any chances and just sent it down the length of the ice. Fisher line out there with the Charles boys. 14-14 left in the third period. Puck's loose. Fish sifts it out. Can't get it out. Finally backhands it up to Sorensen. Sorensen pops it out, but PSD had 4 kids back, so they're definitely playing some prevent defense. But now they got 3 kids going the other direction. Stanley seals them off. Good play by Roger there. Makito tries to circle around it, and Fisher sends it right into the PSD kid, and he puts his glove on it. Good work there by Stanley to get in the way of it. Now up to Maddox. He's got some speed on the side. Gets a step. Can't get the shot up. Tries to wind one back around. Hoyt ends up with it. Oh, and he tries to give it up top to Fish, but that's a questionable pass there from such close quarters. Sent back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell gives it a try up to Maddox. He tries to one-touch pass. PSD just bangs it right back down in. 13:20 left in the period. O'Donnell just out of his stretched hand, and now PSD comes quick. Shot left open right in the slot is that kid. O'Donnell tries to stick it around the board. Baker battling down in the corner. Gets some support from Stanley. Pops out to O'Donnell. Over to Hoyt. Hoyt's still on the ice. He bangs it in, and he's going to spin off for a change. Sent back behind the ice. Baker's on the forecheck. Popped around. Bevan joins. And here comes Dawson. Puck just pops out. McKiddo sends it back in. Now the boys touch up. Played back behind the net. 12:40 left in the third period. PSD so good on the breakout out. That's questionable on off icing or not, but waved off. Played up to Gogol. Gogol backhands it up. Just out of Bevan's reach stick, and Gogol tries to stick it over. Gets sealed off, and now PSD is working back in the corner. D to passes the puck movement. They work D to D, backdoor pass. Good job by Baker to block that up, but this is dangerous now. Good stick by Dawson. Bevan turns and looks up to Dawson. Oh, that could have been an inner. Oh, pops out to Coffey. Shot saved by the goalie, Coffey. That would have been a good opportune time for a goal. Good work by Kane. Certainly on the rush there. And that's a penalty, so we'll see the PP1 unit come back out there. Kane tripped. I suppose that could have been one of those fun plays that we all look for, the penalty shot, but now we'll see the boys out there with the PP1 unit out there. 11:54 left, third period. This would be a good time to score another power play goal. Draws one, controlled. Valor's trying to control. Dawson sealed off down low. Oh, and they're able to rip it down is PSD, played by Jordan. Pretty aggressive forecheck there. Maddox with some space. Stretch pass up to Gabe, leaves it for Dawson. Oh, Dawson, right through Bodine and misses it. Good pass there by Dawson too. Gabe plays it back over to Maddox. Maddox with some space, shot over the top of the net and up into the netting. Oh my goodness, what a great pass by Fisher. And Bodine, I don't know what happened. He was open on that back door. I don't know if his stick wasn't down or what. It was Dawson, I think, on that pass. It came a little bit late, but the play was still open. Draws one back, control by Valor. Cross ice pass to Hoyt. Oh, tries to go in for that back door, but nobody was there. Played by Maddox. He has some space. Shot. Score! There's that give and go play. Great work. I think that's Fisher back up to Maddox. Fish down deep, and there's Maddox on the one-toucher. Good work there. I think Bodine was in front with the screen. Good play. You can see right down low. Yeah, Bodine right in front for the screen too, but we got Fisher to Maddox, and that's the power play goal to narrow the gap, 3-2. Baker line out there. Maybe this is that momentum the boys need. See if they can follow it up with another goal. Stanley over to McKiddo. Kiddo to Bevan. Bevan's able to get it out. Slammed backbound in. Jordan will play it. Back to Stanley. Over to Deep. Deep turns it over. Puck's loose, and this is that puck pressure by PSD. Deflected up into the stands over the netting, and that one's up into the stands for a souvenir. .10:37 left, third period. Maddox out there with Hoyt and Fisher. We'll probably see these boys a lot coming down the stretch. Oh man, quick stick lift there, and Stanley turns one over. Now PSD's working it. Good job by McKiddo to body him off there too. Maddox tries to just clear it. Shot saved by Jordan. Jordan has to come up with a save. I didn't think he expected that one. Now Maddox flips it off, deflected, so no icing. Hoyt pops down there too with a good chase there. Pops all the way out to O'Donnell. O'Donnell working out with Gogol now. Back to O'Donnell. Cross ice pass to Hoyt. Hoyt gets around one. Makes the zone. Dances around a big hit. Still working with it. Another shimmy shake there. Tries to get around another. Bounces off another. Still working around. Little touch pass past Gabe, and they able to get it out, but good stick by Gogol to at least keep it close in the neutral zone. Touched up. Jams down in. Got to be careful here in the line change too. Good job. Maddox is right there, and he's going to turn and fire that back up. Danger, danger here on the line change. They're caught in a change. PSD shot say, oh goodness, and there he gloves that one down. 9:22 left in the third period. So a little bit of a jump in the boys' step now after that good power play goal. 9:22 left, as I just said, so plenty of time left to score 1 goal, 2 goal, 3 goal. See the boys put some pressure on PSD. Shot over the top of the net. Good job by Coffey to get in the way. Puck stays down deep. Purchase seals him off. Boys are working down in the corner. Coffey gives chase again. Coffey gets in the way. They just can't get it out, and this is what we've seen happen. Finally, the outlet pass works, sent back down in. Jordan's going to have to play it behind his net. Misplays it. He's out of the net. Coffey comes in. Danger, danger. King tries to spear one out. Weird bounce up. Now we got Sutter working with Bodine. They seem to get fumbled up together. 4 Stars are back. Puck gets popped back up to Pooter. They're able to get it out. King goes cross ice to Coffey. Coffey sends it down in, played back behind the net by the goalie. Dawson's now on the chase. Good work by Dawson. Puck sent down in. 8:20 left in the third period. Puck's left for Baker. Baker fishes it off the boards. He winds through a couple, working with Dawson. Dawson passes. Sutter still out there working on the ice, and he sends it back in, takes some body. Dawson covers. Loses track of the puck a little bit. Dawson takes a hard hit. Dawson's able to fish it out, takes another hard hit. Baker bounces off one. Good pass by Fisher across to McKiddo. And there's another kid looking to put a pretty big hit on. There's Dawson, goes into a big kid, pops out top to McKiddo. McKiddo shot through some screen. Good deflection off the face of the goalie. Wound right back in front by Dawson. Good shot there by McKiddo from the point. PSD kicks it in. Now they're going to spin off for a change, so they're taking short shifts, keeping the legs pretty warm. McKiddo takes some time, passes it up to Gabe. Gabe back to Bevan. Bevan skates it in. Gets sealed up, but does get it in deep. Outlet pass right to the front. O'Donnell keeps it in. Winds around, passes the shot. Fisher goes wide to Bevan. He's still on the ice. Backhands it in down to Sorensen. Waiting for Maddox to come on the ice. Sent all the way around. Bevan still on the ice. O'Donnell back to Gogol. Back to Bevan. Bevan dumps it in. Still working it down in the corner. Pops back out to Sorensen. 6:47 left. Sorensen dumps it back for O'Donnell. O'Donnell up to Sorensen. Just out of sound. A good play by Hoyt to bang that down and pop it in. PSD a little on their heels. See if the boys can capitalize. Just goes right past O'Donnell. all the way down. Gogol's there, and that's an icing. 6:28 left, third period. So some good pressure here by Valor, and they have sprung to life. Maddox is out there with Purchase and Bodine. Maddox didn't get a shift that last time, so they're going to try him again out there. So let's see how this one works. 6:28 left. Purchase wins that play, that little set play. Bodine and Perch tried. PSD comes out with some speed. Goal. Bliss up the side. Maddox was covering this kid. He just sneaks right in back door. They just let him skate right by him, wide open. That is inexplicable that that play just happened. Shots dumped in. Boys will give chase. Wound back around, and all of Valor had overcommitted the other direction. Now PSD's going the other direction. Try that backdoor pass again, which was wide open again. Bodine gets in the way there at the forecheck, but PSD will dump it back down into the corner, just turns and fires. Positioning pretty good. Turn and wild one-timer up into the netting. Yeah, you watch a replay of that, and Maddox was covering that guy, and for some reason they let him get loose. He was with him. That kid just skated right in behind the play. Jordan couldn't do anything about that play. So 5:46 left, and Valor has not been able to put 2 goals together against PSD in any of the games this season. They score one, then they give one up to PSD. They need to keep that pressure going. You can't get lazy with these guys. Here goes Dawson. It's a 1-on-5. 5 kids from PSD are back, and that play comes in off sides. So 5:34 left in the game. Baker line out there with Bevan and Dawson. Puck sent in, controlled by PSD. They start the breakout. Fortunately, they run into the ref too, so we're both dealing with that same ref. And puck play. Thought I heard a whistle. I guess not. Played up to Bevan. See if they can break it out. Certainly can. Up to Dawson. He turns and he'll just dump that down in on net. Stick the side down into the corner. Baker there goes for the stick play. Kept in. Good jog by Stanley to keep it in. Pass to Baker. Oh my goodness gracious. Baker fans on that one. Wide open net. And that's sent all the way back down. And that should be an ice if it gets there. It certainly does. Goodness gracious. Joey Baker gonna have nightmares about that shot tonight. Good play by Stanley coming up and holding the blue line. Puck was in a little bit close to Baker, but he's going to make that 9 out of 10 times. Stayed with it and almost got a second shot off of it. Maddox is out there working with Hoyt and Gabe. Puck's tied up back in the corner. PSD breaks it out. O'Donnell had given up the blue line, so he's going to have to play it back to the neutral zone, back to Maddox. Maddox tries to skate it through, but he leaves it, gets stick handled. Shot, quick shot, and Jordan has to be ready on his toes. 4:30 left in the third period. Draws one back by Valor. Oh my goodness, Gogol fans on that. Oh, puck pops right out to PSD. Fortunately, it bounced over that kid's stick. O'Donnell's got another chance at it. He'll play it up off the top of the boards. Goes into Hoyt. Now here comes Maddox with some speed. Tries to go through 3. Gets hauled down. Gets stood up, so they've got 3 kids back playing a pretty good prevent defense. 4 minutes left in the game. Good. Maddox gets called for a hooking call there, and PSD will go on the power play with 3:54 left in the game. Draws one back. McKiddo throws that one out, goes all the way down. That'll burn up some time. Unfortunately, that's not what they need to do, is burn up time. They need to maybe get a shorthanded goal here. Sure would be nice. PSD makes his own entry. Good job by Stanley to break that one up. Oh, Roger fans on that tearing attempt, and Purchase is able to backhand that one up. And here goes Bevan. He's working 1-on-3. Plays it back to himself. Burns up a little more time. Oh, Purchase had come in. Good play by Jack there to suck up some power play time, as well as potentially get a scoring opportunity there. And that comes in as icing. So we'll get some new killers on the ice. 1:19 left in the penalty and 3:13 left in the game. So not only do you have to keep the other team from scoring, it would be nice to try and put a shorty up on the board. Sutter out there with Bodine. Puck's one back down into the corner. Sutter on first forecheck. Boys make the zone pretty easily. Shot, good job by Gogo. Boys need to rush, and they can't get it out. O'Donnell does, and Bodine's able to stick it out. PSD runs it right back in. Good pressure by that Sutter, and Bodine working there. Wound back around. Looks like PSD is going to set it up. Bodine's in way too deep, screening the goalie. Good stick by O'Donnell. Sutter gets out on that play. Bodine now takes open slot. Good shot by O'Donnell to get in the way there. Bodine tries to backhand one out, and he fans on that one too. Shot goes wide. PSD still working. Some tired killers out there now. 20 seconds left. Still working the umbrella. They work backdoor again. We've seen that backdoor work a number of times, and the over a commit again. That's just too easy. Bodine late getting there, and that kid just slid right in, no problem, 5-2. So on that ill-advised penalty by Maddox, and now it's a 5-2 PSD lead with 2:04 left in the game. And a 3-goal lead with 2 minutes left, and Valor calls the timeout. So hopefully we've got something drawn up and we don't give up any more, and some good pressure and plenty of time on the clock. 2:04 left, and certainly can score some goals, but man, I think that's 3 backdoor goals. One off the helmet, one lucky bounce in front, and then 2 backdoor goals over commit and late on the seal off. So seeing this team play late in the season, if nothing else, study some game film, see what they do. Certainly Valor can skate with these guys, some sloppy play, and I haven't seen PSD make very many mistakes. But man, I tell you what, Valor makes a mistake and PSD is there to make you pay. see Gabe out there with, oh, and the goalie is pulled. So this again. Draws one controlled back. Maddox has it. Slides it over to McKiddo. Kiddo up to Dawson. Dawson, oh, Bodine can't cover that one up. Bodine keeps it in, takes a hard spill into the boards, chipped up. Good stick by McKiddo to break that one up. See if the boys can assemble. 1:41 left. Stretch pass up to Bodine. He chips it in, down into the corner. Bodine and Dawson, man, PSD had all guys up trying to score more empty netters. Maddox working up at the top, fished out by McKiddo. Centering pass, little too deep, comes back out to Hoyt. Hoyt tied up on the boards, gets some space, deflected up into the netting. So good work by Hoyt to create some space. 1:13 left and nothing else. It's a good practice for a 5-on-6. Doesn't matter if you lose by 1 goal, 2 goals, 3, 4, 5. A loss is a loss. Last time they gave up 4 empty netters to PSD. Oh, misplayed a little bit, but there's Maddox there to clean it up. Tries to send it down into the corner. Swatted aside, 1 minute, final minute of play, and that puck goes up into the netting. Looks like we'll send Jordan back out into the net since it's a D-zone face-off. So it looks like that's it. We'll see the end of the pulled goalie, but some good pressure down there in the O-zone, and some good puck movement, and nothing else, some good practice. Draws one back by PSD. They'll send it back down into the corner. They don't need any more goals, just to burn the clock up. Fished out by Stanley. Played by PSD. Wraparound, good play there. Good save by Jordan. 40 seconds left in the game. PSD is still going hard like they're down, not up 3 goals. That's what this team does. Up to Bevan, he winds one out, sends it back down in. Played by Jordan, he's gonna spin it back around to Stanley. Stanley plays it up to Sutter, who chips it in. Final 17 seconds. Sutter will play it again, kept in by O'Donnell. He shrugs off a check. Comes all the way down, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that will do it. So again, I would say that PSD is the better team, but some stuff to learn from there, and there was definitely some bright spots. And I think we'll be seeing this team again, and much like last season, PSD got the better of Valor both times they played them, and they learned from that and took care of them handily in the state final. So signing off from the final regular season game, not real fun to have bookend losses to PSD to start the season and end the season, but again, a real solid regular season here for Valor. And I'll be sending out an announcement about the playoffs when we know when the games are. Likely won't have any video from Mike Shaw Productions, but we will be able to do the audio. So I'll send out an email with some updates when we're done. Thanks for joining us tonight.